Hello, everyone. Hello, and welcome to this conversation that Sharon and I are having today with Jane. Hello, Jane. It's such a joy to have you and your balls.
Oh, it's
Yes,
so lovely to be here.
And
welcome.
welcome. And I'm beyond thrilled to read your bio because in between your bio, there is a very special feedback, a very special recommendation from somebody who loves you so much that I had to include it. So as you can see, Jane is a musician, a composer, a singer, a musicologist, and her work is music for the soul. And in 1997, she established a company that offers music, book publishing, concerts, courses, but also sells sound instruments. And so Jane has created more than 25 albums. And I have to tell you, it's quite remarkable that your work has been streamed more than 65 million times.
Wow.
It really speaks so highly of how much people love your music. And so here's the quote I love so much. So somebody in your community said, by far one of the best artists out there. I work with sound. I really listen to a lot of music on a daily basis. Jane Winther translates into music what our depth is looking for, conscious or not, of this quality. This ability to make us find ourselves through music is undoubtedly a gift that anyone who experiences it will never want to let go of. And I'm pretty sure that all the people who end up here, it's not by mere coincidence, it's magnetic. Jane Winther, I'm very grateful for your contribution, for your work in developing music that provides not only peace, tranquility, harmony, and a sense of unity, but also an atmosphere that allows self-personal and spiritual development. This is incredible. I just love how loved you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's so beautiful. And I'm so grateful that when people really understand the work I'm doing, that you can use the music in so many different levels.
What are
So
your most favorite ways of using the music? How do you use the music?
mostly I use it's very complex and very simple at the same time. For me, it's very important to begin with the very simple sound of a vowel or a singing bowl. And it begins with that the audience can start feeling their body and start being more peaceful inside, and the breath becomes deeper. And when the breath becomes deeper, we start sensing and feeling deeper inside ourselves. And from there, our intuition can really come through, and we can sense and feel. And I mean, in this world that is so chaotic these days, it's even more important that we are centered in our own body and feeling comfortable and safe in our own body. And this is the whole idea about the music, to breathe, sense, feel, experience, and use the intuition on where to go in life. And yeah.
This is how you connect people to their essence through that.
Yes.
I notice you speak about that.
Yes, through the singing bowls and also my voice.
Mm-hmm.
So I always have this with me, that the more simple, the more powerful.
I agree.
Yeah.
Please tell us about the singing bowls. It's just magnificent that you're sitting surrounded by so many of them. So please take us right into your love for the singing bowls.
Yes. For me, it all begins with the sound of a deep singing bowl, like this one. So when I listen to a big singing bowl with a deep sound, I start breathing more deeply. And my shoulders, they relax more. And I mean, it's very difficult to keep a thought. I'm just getting like more empty in a very nice way. And from there, I mean, the deep singing bowl, the grounding, I'm feeling like I'm expanding, more space for me to be in this world. And also it makes me feel like safe in my body, safe in my body in this world. So for me, it all begins with the deep sound. And then I have this beautiful antique bowl that is more like a medium bowl with a medium sound. So for me, it's more like a bowl for the heart area. And the antique singing bowls, they are very, very soft compared to the new ones. The new singing bowls are more clear. They're very clear and uplifting, but the deep sound of a medium bowl, like it's just deeper and so beautiful. So for me, when I'm talking about a heart chakra singing bowl, it's this old antique singing bowl is like to get within my heart and just, I mean, it's a very soft feeling. And when I listen to this, it's more lightful. When somebody, when I give a therapy session, when somebody feels very heavy in their hearts, this ball helps uplifting. So there are so many different kind of bowls for different purposes. And always I have, at the end of a singing bowl session or concert or sound bath, I always have this this very lightful sound that goes for the upper chakras, from the throat and up, that is clearing the mind, and this is feeling of lightness, purification. They're very good for purification. And when you need to purify also a room, you also need the very, very high pitch that really transform all kinds of energies. So if I have to give like what I just told here, it's we have the deep sound for feeling more calm and safe and secure. We have the heart chakra, the soft Hara chakra ball, and the very high pitch for uplifting and the freshness of this sound. So you can also say that this bowl, the deep sound, is a hot chocolate sound that makes you feel, it's very nice feeling. And when I use this, it's like a cappuccino or, you know, a coffee sound.
For sure.
I often tell teachers when they buy singing bowls for the schools in Denmark, I tell them if the children are very tired, like after 2-3 o'clock, and they're just sitting there like almost sleeping, just use this one like a few times, and they will feel like they get a bit more energy.
Yeah, I experienced that just now. I'm going to use mine to do that. I never thought of that. I only thought of clearing the space with it. That's such a great idea. And I'm in love with that deep bowl. think I'm gonna have to write to you about it, because I love that feeling. It expands me so much.
Yes. Yes.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Please go
Oh,
ahead.
no, it's perfect. And when you say that, I mean, people with anxiety or people feeling unsafe, I give them a big singing bowl and they will just, but it has to have a good quality and a nice calming sound. It
Right.
have to be stable, like not woo-woo, not like this, but more like this, you know, when you see the sound waves.
Yes.
It has to be, it has to have a certain stability. So if it's like the fundament, it must be very solid and calming.
Yeah. So I have a question about that. I mean,
Yes.
I like the way you're going. It's much more down to earth, let's say that, and clear and easy to get that, right? But
Yes.
I'm always wondering, when you think about, I was listening to some of your music on Spotify, and I see that there's a 528 hertz and there's like a 111 hertz. So what would you say to people that don't know much about, they are not musicians, but how would you tell them that what the difference would be for them to listen? Does it affect the body in a different way?
Yeah, I mean, like the 111 hertz, I'm very much in love with that frequency. And I have to tell a little funny story. I didn't understand for a while when I go in a special supermarket in our town. I always come into a certain state of mind where I'm like, I start singing. I don't know why. I didn't know why. I started singing and I put, you know, vegetables, everything. And then I get curious one day and I took my frequency, you know, the one that I can see frequency.
Yeah.
And I could see that the freezer and the refrigerators in the place was all on 111 hertz.
Wow.
So for me, it becomes like going to a sacred place or in a church, and often when I meet people there, I'm just singing. I'm getting to this stage, you know, where I just, it's like a meditation for me to go to this supermarket because
Wow.
of the 111 hertz.
That just blew my mind. Wouldn't it be wonderful if all supermarkets, I'm sure in America, they don't have that.
Yeah.
But you know, it's so healing to just have the vegetables that we put in our body absorb that frequency.
Exactly.
Wow, that's genius.
And also that we have a kind of mental timeout when we buy food.
Yeah, we need that.
Instead of 20 minutes of meditation, we just go to the supermarket.
Yeah, that's great. Wow,
Yeah.
amazing.
But it was
So,
really, it was very special for me to realize that. So every time I go there, I have the consciousness about it now. And I'm just smiling inwards when I buy food. And I instantly start singing to the sound of the humming sound from the freezer.
yeah.
That's
Oh,
really exceptional because you work with sound. So in a way, you are a big tuning fork. You perceive this frequency, you immediately respond and resonate to it. So that makes me wonder, with somebody like me, right, who is wanting to learn more about sound, how would you guide me to choose the frequencies that I want to play in the room around me? That's just a continuation of your question, Sharon. I just wonder what to do with this awareness, because now your personal story is inspiring me to surround myself by that frequency, but which one do I choose and how would it affect me?
I always tell people, my customers, I've been selling singing bowls for 30 years now, and I always tell them, listen to yourself. I mean, I can play some bowls for you and sense, feel when the right bowls come to you. And before you choose, you can find out if you want a deep sound. Do you need a deep sound in your place? Do you need a medium, or do you just need a small high frequency? So when you know one of those three, let me say that it's a deep sound. I would like to have a deep sound that whenever people come to my practice or my yoga teaching, then I begin with 3 times hitting the ball. And the interesting thing is when people listen to a big ball for yoga classes, it's just a shortcut directly into being present. Because often when we go to a city and we have to park the car or whatever, we come like the last minute because we couldn't find a parking place.
Right.
And it takes 10, 15, 20 minutes before we are really, really calm. But when you hit a big ball 3 times, people just instantly shortcut. And that was the way I met my first singing bowl, because I was doing meditation in different places in Nepal, in monasteries.
Wow.
And I realized when I heard a singing bowl the first time in 1992, I had the same feeling after a few times hitting the ball, like I had after 30, 40 minutes with a meditation.
Wow.
So it's like you get this shortcut into this feeling of just being present. And I mean, that is alpha omega. That's the most important thing we can do for ourselves these days and years, because so many things is happening in the world, and we have to, I mean, everything is turned upside down, I believe, in many ways. So whatever comes to me, it goes through my whole system, and I sense, is this true for me, or is it not true? Whatever it is. So back to the choice of a singing bowl. I would recommend that you listen to different bowls, and you can listen, I mean, like different singing bowls you can listen to. And you know when the sound is there. And what I would recommend is to trust the person that you buy singing bowls from. And the most important thing that they can do is to choose good quality bowls. And secondly, to say if it's a new or an antique singing bowl. And the rest is up to you. The people selling bowls can only guide, not telling what to buy. And I think the time has come now where I am the only person that knows which bowls is good for me. Nobody can tell me what is best for me. And if they want to tell me, then I'm just leaving. Because the only thing I can do to my customers is telling what kind of bowls you need and if it's new or antique. And then I can try to tune into this person and find some different bowl types and wait for the moment when people say, this is the bowl for me right now. This is the optimal or the best sound for me at the moment. I feel instantly connected to my heart or my body or whatever. I mean, right. And for me, there's never a maybe singing bowl. It's always yes or no. And it has to be 100% yes.
This is so amazing. I want to show you my heart chakra singing bowl. So it attunes to the heart chakra. Yes. And when I purchased it because it was a heart chakra singing bowl. I didn't attune to it based on the sound. And I have to tell you, most of the time it actually sits as a beautiful decoration on my shelf, because the sound of it, as beautiful as it is, it doesn't do for me whatever you speak of when you just guided us on how to choose our singing bowls. So, I was simply led by the idea that it's always good to be in my heart. So let's buy a heart chakra singing bowl. But now with your guidance, I feel so much better prepared. So thank you. That was a wonderful way of speaking of it.
Absolutely. And I'm going to take it a step further and ask you, Jane, you're in Denmark?
Yes.
So if someone wants to purchase a bowl through you, then would they have like a FaceTime with you or like a Zoom with you? And
Yeah.
how, yeah, and
Yeah,
then
I have also a homepage with the singing bowls, about 200 singing bowls where you can listen on to sound files. But also people are welcome to contact me, and we can go on Zoom or whatever, Instagram. No, it must be Messenger,
yeah.
WhatsApp, or I mean whatever. And then
Mhm.
we can have this talk like I just told you before, and I can find different bowls. I have 3 different addresses with the singing bowls, and I mean, it's such a passion for me that I think I have ended up with 5, 6, 7,000 bowls.
Wow.
And what it's amazing about it is when I need a certain frequency for recording, I just continue until I have the exact frequency. So it's like it's like a toy shop, you know.
Yeah, a big toy shop.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
did I interrupt you, Mira? Were you going to ask something?
No, I'm just recognizing in my mind what a true love singing bowls are for you. How it's literally a soulmate, a portal, a way for you to dance through life, completely attuned to your soul. I'm in awe. Yes.
I love how Mira describes things. I always like listening to her.
Thank you.
But
And you
Jen,
know, it's interesting with singing bowls because each singing bowl have many different frequencies. If it's a good one, it have many different frequencies, and some bowls you feel connected to, and other bowls you just don't feel connected to, even though it's a very good quality of bowl. Sometimes when I have had concerts, people come to me after the concert and say, "This singing bowl, it just opened up. My heart was just open, you know, when you played this ball, something happened inside me." That's one thing. Another thing is that it's like other beings, like humans. Also, when we meet, sometimes we have this connection of something that, I mean, how we. I think it's also about frequency, that our consciousness, our mood, our essence is also a kind of vibration frequency.
of course, and everything has a consciousness. So
Yes.
absolutely. Yeah, I would think of them as a friend, you know?
Yeah.
And I was just going to ask you, Jen, I don't know if you want to share a little bit about yourself. Maybe
Yes.
tell us more. You know, I'm curious how you got into this. What, you know, I realized that you're a musician at heart, but maybe you could tell us more, a little bit more about you.
Yeah. Yes. When I was a very little girl, I always sat on the swing singing, and the rhythm was from the swing, and I was just singing, and I could sit for hours, my mother told me. She said that I have to go in and eat or whatever. And I came into this stage of mind like I do now when I play, but I didn't know at that time. So the music have always followed me, and my voice especially. Then I thought I was going to be a nurse because I have this care for other people. I mean, and I very easily sense other people. And I thought I was going to be a nurse. But after 1.5 years, I just felt so sad, like grief, because I have to let go of my career as a rock star in Denmark.
Yeah.
So yeah, I felt I have to choose between nurse job and a musician, and I chose the nurse for 1.5 years, and then I just quit. I just couldn't do it anymore. I quit and I went to Asia with a girlfriend and a guitar. On this trip, I made like 22 songs, I made the songs, and my girlfriend, she made the lyrics. And it was just, and I didn't know what happened here. And we made concerts all over in Varanasi and Kathmandu, and wherever we came, we made songs, concerts, and we got the food, and so it was amazing. And then I came back to Denmark. I was traveling on and off for 15 years. And I had a period of time, like 9 months, actually. I was just totally empty. I didn't know what to do with my life as I knew it. The old form was just empty. I couldn't use any of this as a profession. So I began doing a lot of courses. I went to England for overtone singing, and I've been doing a lot of meditation in monasteries, especially in Nepal, Vipassana especially, and then slowly, 92, I got my first singing bowl, and I was blown away with the sound. It was recognition without knowing. So after 31 years, I'm still going strong with the sounds, and I just never get tired of working with singing bowls, because it's just growing in new levels of understanding frequencies. I made 4 albums with some therapists in Denmark that are using it everywhere now. And it's an album for chakras, an album for meridians, and an album for aura fields and protection especially. So that was another level of using singing bowls.
Wow, that's so beautiful.
This is really magnificent. As you spoke of being the little girl on the swings, I literally felt the trance of being there with you. I was right there on the swing with you, feeling the entrancement of the rhythm. So I can tell that rhythm is very important for you. You hear rhythm, you hear patterns in a way that most of us probably cannot. And so here's the question I want to ask you. How can we use rhythm, singing bowls, and sounds for manifesting?
That was a very good question, Mira.
Excellent.
Thank you.
For me, I have, when you are a mother and you hold a baby in your arms, when you need to calm the baby, you instantly or intuitively, you move the baby in a rhythm. Also, when you put them in the wagon, you have this rhythm because it calms the baby. It makes the baby calm in his or her body, being in this physical world. So I begin with this feeling whenever I do a song or a concert, or I have a therapy session and I sing to the client. I begin making myself quiet and I do the rhythm. And then I do like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. And then I'm already in it. And then I started singing. So the rhythm is there, and I just go into this world of rhythm, and it's kind of a lullaby. So and then And then it just grows from there.
We can't hear you, Mira.
I muted myself there for a second because
Yeah.
it was just so wonderful, and I wanted to make sure my sound doesn't interfere. It's really magnificent. I would love for us to offer a slice of what you give people, and you so generously suggested to share a recording, a high quality recording with us. So I would love to definitely add it to this conversation so people can get into it. And going back to what you gave as an answer to my question about manifesting using rhythm and singing bowls, I totally felt the process. So if I may summarize, the process is bring myself into a place of safety and peace, that lullaby rhythm of trance, basically, right? Safety, connection with the universe. And then as you were working with the singing bowl and your voice, I imagine myself sitting wherever comfortably I am and just doing the same with a singing bowl and with an incantation, with a mantra, offering to the universe that which I desire and me expanding into it. What do you think about that? That's what I summarized from what you just shared.
So beautiful. And I mean, it's so simple.
Yeah.
And still it's so complex of how it, like ripples. And when you begin, I really wish that many more people will start singing with the bowl and do it wherever they come, so people can hear and sense what it does with the rhythm and the sound. And when, like I said in the beginning, when we do the rhythm also and we hear the sound of the deep ball, we start breathing more deeply.
Yeah.
And when we start breathing more deeply, we connect more to ourselves and to Mother Nature. And then when we connect more to ourselves, we become more open and we listen more to the surroundings, to the people and other beings around us. We are not just hearing, but we are sensing and listening on a deeper level. And this is what we need so much on this planet right now, that we are able to really listen to each other on a deeper level.
I agree 100%.
So it's very physical and it's very spiritual, because it's, I mean, everything gets connected in that way.
Right. Yeah. And everything is spiritual, even though it's physical.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. We are many that believes that we are souls that have to learn to be living this physical life. I believe that.
Yeah, we do too. I do too. Definitely.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm really excited for the piece that we'll share with people so they can hear the intricacies of each of the balls and the intricacies of every reverberation. So I know that it'll be a treat. And I regret that we wouldn't be able to do it right now, because I have to tell you, I wasn't hearing very well the singing balls as you were doing it right now. That's why I believe it'll be best for us to offer it as a recording for others.
Yes, for sure. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's too bad. I was looking forward to it too now.
Yeah.
But I do have the Spotify, and I'm looking forward to getting from you the recording. And then we'll add also all your information so people can get in touch with you if they
Can
like.
I say just one more thing?
Please, yes.
Because you talked about the rhythm, when I can use the rhythm with the singing bowl, but it's also possible, like I showed you a little bit before, to make the more eternal sound. Okay, I don't know if you can hear this one coming now. Can you hear that?
A
Yeah.
little bit, yeah.
This is the sound of a ball that never begins, that never ends. So when I make this sound and I sing with this sound, it's just eternal.
That's how I was taught. The bowl that I have, which is not around me right now, so I'm not going to take the time to get it, but that's how I was taught to do it. I wasn't taught to tap on it the way you have been. Yeah, interesting. But yeah, I love both ways.
Me too. Yeah, yeah, for different purposes.
Yeah. Wonderful. And we don't mean to cut you. If you would like to add anything else, please go ahead. If you want to say anything else about the balls or.
Yeah, I mean, like, we have the physical with the rhythm and the eternal. But for me, when I do the singing also,
Mhm.
oh, you know, it's both like a prayer, but also it is like, for me, I feel it's like a bridge between the physical and the spiritual world. It becomes this, just put the balls down. I mean, it's like a bridge, like you have the physical and the non-physical world. So it's like when I play a singing ball, when I just go around and I sing with it and I just go deeply into the sound, I feel so connected to the spiritual world in that way. And other times I just need to feel safe and secure.
Right.
And then I get the rhythm. And also when you get the rhythm, it's I can also do it like if you have 3 balls, you have the deep, the heart chakra ball, and the upper chakra sound. You can do it also like in a rhythm. And you can do it all over again, and you can, I mean, many different sounds. I always have this rhythm. So it's not like I just hit a lot, but I have this rhythm that goes in whatever I do, because it also gives this feeling of that you don't get surprised, like you can still go into this meditative state when you listen.
Yeah. Yeah. And I want to say that when you were singing and doing the ball, the eternity ball or infinity, I felt literally coming out of my body. That's how elated I felt from your voice. It's amazing. Really. Thank you. Oh, Mira, you're muted.
Thank you for being with us. I really appreciate everything you shared. I'm very excited for people to reach out to you and find their singing bowl. And also I'm excited for them to make your music a daily part of their life, because now I know I will. So thank you for that gift.
Thank you so much, Jane. It's been an honor to be with you. Thank you.
It was such a pleasure to talk to both of you.
Thank you. Bye for now.
Yeah, bye.
Bye. Bye, Jane. Thank you.
Bye.